Princess! Thank God you're safe. Princess, mute or not, I see in your eyes the relief that my arrival is to you. They speak 1,000 words.
Princess, you have in your possession something of great importance. A holy relic of Christ. An object that is something like a crown. Please, can you point us in its direction?
You can trust him, Princess. The word of a Templar is his bond.
DeBale, I know you're in there.
Last time I heard that voice, it was fading away as he was being crushed by a huge column. Don't tell me.
DeBale, don't be a fool. We may yet find a way to come to a mutual agreement. Will you at least hear me?
Listen, Tatakios. Boniface no longer possesses any relics. Any threat he posed has been blunted. We need not fear going out to meet him. Boniface, you've lost everything, and yet you still persist. How can you call for an agreement when you have nothing to offer?
Nothing to offer? This will surprise you then. You see, while you struggled to find your princess, I worked to find what she hid. The crown of thorns.
Boniface, I see only a cross.
You fool. The crown fell to dust ages ago. Only its petrified thorns remain.
The crown of Christ! So that was the relic we were looking for.
Yes. To think, who would have thought anything of such a modest-looking relic? DeBale, you have been eager to learn of my motivations for a long time. I would like to introduce you to a friend. He is thrice your size and not much of a conversationalist, but I am sure you'll like him. After all, you've brought me the final piece of the puzzle I sought to solve. A direct servant of God. Yes, DeBale. Witness the true power of the relics. Hell draws near. Demon of the unfathomed nether! You've been tiresome, DeBale. Time to put an end to this.
Boniface, you swine! She was an innocent girl! She didn't deserve this!
So, DeBale, still not interested in reaching a mutual accord?
I will give you the relics! Free Esteban!
It seems you do know when to exercise discretion. Give me the relics. Now! DeBale, I told you that you would like my friend. I get the impression that he likes you too. I'll leave you to your fun now.
Esteban!
You saved my life again, Dez. I may never be able to get things square with you.
You've already done more than enough, Esteban, and there's more to come. I can't kill that thing on my own. Let's surround him, Esteban. Hit its legs, Esteban!
I'm a little too short to strike his head, hombre.
Alright, so now it's time to fight a big fucking hell monster. Thankfully, it's not nearly as intimidating as it looks. It's actually pretty difficult to get hit by it as long as you stay directly under it. After you hit it enough time, it kneels down, and then you have to shoot flames into its brain. You repeat this pattern a few times, and hopefully it stays down for good. That last cutscene gave us a lot of good stuff, though. Obviously, the reason de Montferrat wanted us to come out here to meet him is so that way he could have all the relics in one place and, you know, kill Tatakios while he was just standing there. Because we were foolish and told him to come out here with us. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. Because now both Tatakios and the princess are dead. There's no one left to defend Constantinople. Except for us, I guess. But there's no way we're going to be able to take care of everyone by ourselves. Another thing we learned from that cutscene is that Dens values Esteban more than he values the safety of the world. Now that may seem selfish, but honestly, can you say you would make a different decision? I mean, probably some of you can. But now we understand in a tangible measurement exactly how much Esteban means to Dens. It's a lot. I mean, not only did he jeopardize the safety of the world, but he gave up the opportunity to cure himself and his family of the curse as well. Meaning Esteban is more valuable to him than getting rid of the curse. They're probably still going to chase after de Montferrat, though.
Dens, I know those relics were very important to you. But thank you for saving my life again, amigo.
It's the least I could do. I know you would have done the same.
Lead the way, hombre. An old cobarde is probably waiting for us. If we can defeat his monsters, we should be able to take care of it too. Why exactly would Boniface want to carry out the ritual here? It is a sacred place, so he won't be able to use the curse, right?
I'm finally starting to understand, Esteban. He's trying to bring the power of hell to Earth. And to do that, he needs sacred ground. Somewhere that acts as a gateway between the plane of the divine and our world.
So what you're trying to say is that churches can work as some kind of portal?
That may be possible indeed, Esteban. Montferrat could bring an entire army of demons through a place like this. And all that, thanks to the power of the relics.
That's ridiculous. The relics of the crucifixion are pure. One would never be able to use them to do evil.
Just as God allows evil to exist in our world, so too are his relics neither good nor evil, Esteban. They simply act as a vessel to those who would desire to use them.
Hombre, the only reason I would use them would be to prevent my soul from roasting in hell for eternity.
Then let our blades rise from their sheaths, provided that they prevent de Montferrat from achieving his sinister ambitions.
You!
It's over, de Montferrat! Your army is all but ruined, and we have vanquished any men who would swear allegiance to you. Surrender yourself!
My army is in ruins, you say? Are you so sure of that? An army of mortal soldiers was far too fallible. My new legions shall leave only embers and desolation in their wake. With these relics, I am able to summon the most powerful demons to this world. All without relying on the curse. When I find him, I'll give my condolences to Jean.
such no effortless task. But 3, and without the curse, this is impossible!
Do you remember our talk about warriors' honor, hombre?
Yes? What of it?
I think this would be the perfect time to forget all about it and find a way to escape.
Unfortunately, I don't see a way out. With or without the curse, we've got to find a way to defeat these things. We can't allow such monsters to have free reign in our world.
Alright, so now we've gone into maximum over anime, and things are real bad. De Montferrat is pretty much untouchable because he has an army of giant demons. And I hate to break the tension of the moment, but we need to think about something for a second. Why is it that the church prevents us from using our curse, but doesn't prevent hell demons from entering? You can't really have it both ways, can you? Either the church stops evil, or it doesn't. If it has rules, it's really unclear what those rules are. And they never bother to explain them either. Hold on, we've got to kill an invincible hell demon. 1 second.
Madre de Dios! What a fight!
Stay strong, Esteban.
You know, maybe this impending death monster invasion isn't so bad if we can kill them just using a chandelier. These monsters do have the power to clip through walls, otherwise they wouldn't even be able to reach you over where the chandeliers are. They don't even try to pretend that they can't clip through walls either. They just blatantly phase right through them. We're gonna say that's part of the demon powers as well. But anyway, back to talking about the church and its anime implications. Den's told us that the relics could be used for good or evil, that God allows both in our world, and that's in keeping with the religion. That makes sense from a religious standpoint. But if that's the case, then why does the church not allow the curse? If the relics allow good or evil to exist, then why doesn't the church? Also, death isn't supposed to be allowed in the church, which sounded really dumb at the start of the game to begin with. But if we get hit by... Oh, hold on. Hold on. The demon's making this plank float with its psychic powers. I've never seen this before. Maybe I've underestimated our foe. Anyway, if death isn't allowed in the church, then why if we get hit by these monsters do we die? Is death allowed in the church only in certain circumstances or something? I'm not against heaven and hell having complicated rules, but like Darksiders, you have to explain those rules. They have to be clear. Now, I definitely get what they were trying to do. Don't think I don't. They wanted to have a unique boss fight where you didn't just smack the bad guy. And to do that, they had to find a way to get rid of the curse. So they used the church as an excuse. But your excuse still has to make sense. And honestly, this using churches as a portal into hell thing, I love it. It's great. That's a really cool plot point. That is the most anime thing I've ever heard in this video game. So even though I have a lot of questions about the logistics of the situation, the idea is something I can definitely get behind. I feel like human armies could definitely take these monsters, though. I feel like we could do this.
Let's go, Esteban.
I couldn't have said it better myself! Let's get out of here! We couldn't leave this thing alive! Yet you're running away!
No, Esteban, just improvising.
Oh, good! Let me know when you have a real plan!
Let's lead him to the Bosporus, Esteban. send this horror back to hell! Esteban, let's use the ballista to send this abomination back from whence it came!
After you, Dens!
The head! Aim for its head! Nice shot, my friend.
I couldn't agree more, hombre! Would you please be kind enough to drop us off on the other side?
Aye, but isn't your tunic a bit, off, Templar?
Well, I had to restore its nice red hue with what I had available at the time. If you catch my drift.
Ah, I think I see, yes. Forget I asked.
So Dens, our next stop is Syria, right?
Yes, Esteban. You guide me there.
Well, we have nothing left to do here, hombre. It's not like I've got any plans. Ah.
With Merciful turned loose, and Tatakios Lente slain, no one remained to organize the defenses of Constantinople. Wild with rage, the Crusaders pillaged, burnt, and massacred to their dark hearts' content. The city was sacked for 3 days straight, and vast quantities of priceless art and timeless texts were lost forever. The Crusaders committed many atrocities. They tore the jewels from chalices and overflowed them with sacred wine that fueled their drunken rampage. They broke down the altar of the Hagia Sophia and stole its ornaments. They brought pack mules into the churches to carry off the sacred vases, and they chipped silver and gold from the pulpits, the lecterns, and the doors. Greed consumed them. The Crusaders had sworn on their holy gospels to cross the Christian lands in peace. They had sworn they would never deviate from their path and would raise their weapons only against the Saracens. These oaths were trampled and corrupted with each act of barbarism they enacted. The crusade itself had been used as a political tool, a tool of greed and of death. It became an impious weapon, and it spilled innocent blood. After the seizure of Constantinople, the journey to Jerusalem was no longer feasible nor desired. De Montferrat was the natural choice to be crowned the new king, but he disappeared under mysterious circumstances, leaving the throne to his loyal right-hand man, Baudouin de Flandre, who was crowned Emperor of the Byzantine Empire May 16, 1204. He respected the agreements with the Venetians and offered them 3/8 of the empire. As for Dens and Esteban, they reached the opposite shore of the Bosporus and took the road to Syria, leaving behind the chaos and injustice. The Spaniard had already traveled in these distant lands. Thus, he led my son into the unknown. Their destination was the Croix de Xavier, now an antiquated fortress, the very same place where the tale of the Cursed Crusade began. Thus, Dens now continues his quest for redemption, turning to a page of history that I have not yet read.